Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life you absolutely love. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Amy will be joining us in just a few minutes as we discuss the delightful topic of pets and medicine. Remember, health is the first wealth, so stick around. As a reminder, if you have questions that you would like us to address on or off the air, you can send them directly to me at fletcher@fletcherellingson.com. Okay, let's get to today's email, which comes to us from Victor. It says, "Dear Fletcher, I have 3 teenage kids, and we've drifted apart. They don't relate to my life. I don't relate to theirs. I feel like I've been replaced by their devices. I work a lot, and they have sports and school and so other school activities, plus homework, friends. It all takes up their time. My wife and I are their drivers and cooks and bankroll. But beyond that, there doesn't seem to be much connection. Not sure what to do here, but I'm afraid of the gap widening. What do you suggest?" All right, Victor. First of all, thanks for reaching out. What kind of people ask for advice? That's right. Strong people ask for advice. Strong people ask for help. Now let's get to it. Your kids are busy with school, sports, and other school activities that are taking up their time. They're on their devices, and just like a lot of kids are, and you and your wife are taking them places, picking them up, paying for their lifestyle, and you feel disconnected, perhaps even forgotten, and maybe even insignificant. Well, I get that. First off, this is not unique to you. You're not alone. Lots of parents experience this. So, what is there to do? Well, one thing to know is that a shift has occurred. When your kids were young in the elementary age, they really were attuned to you and your wife. They want to make sure that their parents are giving them their approval. They want to share things with you because their parents are their greatest influencers. But that changes as they get older. Their influencers become their peers and teachers. And it makes sense if you think about it. They're spending way more time with these people than they are with you. They're going, and perhaps they've already gone through puberty, so they're looking to impress boyfriends or girlfriends because those hormones have been kicked in, right? They care more about their friend peer group at this point in their life. When this happens, they're going to naturally want to spend more time with their friends and teachers and coaches. Think about it. These people are teaching them things, right? They're having experiences of growth and having new experiences all over the place. So of course they associate all sorts of positive emotions to that. It feels good. And people always want to do or go to the places that feel good. So here's what I suggest. Number 1, you don't have to say yes to every activity your kids want to do. Really, I mean, they want to do everything. If you continue to say yes, yeah, you're going to face burnout, and your kids might face burnout. So have a conversation about what makes sense for them, for you, and the family as a family unit. Number 2, be intentional about setting aside some time every week with your kids to interact with them in a way that's not just over meals or driving them places or watching their games. Don't just facilitate and spectate. You can interact. For instance, you can set up a game night. In our family, we're big on games because it's fun and we connect. We play cards, we play board games, we play charades, and we end up laughing a lot, which feels good, and it creates good memories and good stories. Now, if this is not something you currently do in your house, then there may be some objections at first, but believe me, once you start, they're likely to have a great time. Plus, if your kids have friends over a lot, invite them to play too. Our kids have friends over and their friends love to play games with us as well. And we also take our kids on walks or hikes. It's a great way to get some exercise, disconnect from devices, and reconnect in a one-on-one manner. Again, take your kids' friends too if they want. Sometimes that makes it even more enjoyable. And will this take some thought and effort? Yes. Will there be objections? Yes. But you're the parent, so be the parent. You don't have to do this every day, but take some time to do it every week. It could be an hour or 2 at the most, and it's going to make a difference to connect, to laugh, to make some memories. Most of our connection is offline, but sometimes we do take an interest in some of the cool and silly apps online, and we play with them in that arena as well. It's okay, okay? It's okay to connect with them around technology. One more idea is create a movie night at home, complete with popcorn and treats. Again, you don't have to do all the work. Enlist your kids to help. Have them make the popcorn, right? And finally, you may be doing this already, but create times or places in the house that are device free. For instance, the rule at our house is no devices at the dinner table and no devices at game night. And sometimes they show up, but we usually try to enforce that most of the time. All right, Victor, it's time to break the patterns and get out of your comfort zone and set up a game night or go for a walk, create a movie night. You can do this, and I believe in you. All right, before we go to break, a quick reminder that if you're stuck in any area of your life, whether it's finances, relationships, career, your health and fitness, then visit my website at FletcherEllingson.com. You're not alone, and you don't have to go and try to figure it out all by yourself. You can find all sorts of free resources that can help you move forward. All right, next up, we're going to be talking with Amy about pets and medicine. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Live It Up. We are here with Amy. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
Hey, tell us what we're talking about, because it's something enjoyable and fun, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the concept of pets in medicine, pets in healthcare.
And what does that mean?
Well, so just wanting to talk about the health benefits of pets and maybe how pets are used in medicine. And it makes sense if you think about it, because animals usually make humans feel good. Well, not all animals. Animals we have as pets.
Yeah.
And we love looking at photos and videos of animals. I mean, how many likes do those get on Facebook and views on YouTube, and like silly, like funny cat videos and goats that sound like humans, and you know, all those funny things that we've seen.
Yeah, I'm smiling just thinking about it.
I know, they're funny and they're cute. And then, so not only do we like looking at them and thinking about them, but then also when you pet an animal, you know that, or when they're snuggling with you, you know, you can feel calm and feel some happiness with that too. And the other thing is, you know, pets give us a sense of purpose and something that we can take care of. So they're a really cool topic to talk about.
Yeah, and I love all that. One question I have is, has this actually been studied though?
It really has, and it's been studied at the effect of animals in a healthcare environment, like in a nursing home or hospital. It's been looked at as if pet owners are healthier, and it's been looked at the effects of having animals in the home on your health.
Okay, well, so give us some information. What have you found?
So in general, pets appear to be beneficial for overall health, being a pet owner. And this occurs in a variety of ways. One way, looking at a lot of these benefits, are with dog owners, so people who are mostly cat people, sorry, it's mostly dog owners. So dog owners are usually more active, so they feel obligated to take the dog for a walk, or they might go play catch or play frisbee. And so that's been shown to reduce blood pressure and be better for you. They've looked at this was an interesting one, heart attack survivors that had rhythm problems. For some reason, they tended to live longer when they owned dogs. They can be soothers of stress. So this is where cats come in, where if you're petting a cat or petting a dog, it feels good and it lowers your blood pressure and it helps your body release relaxation hormones. And so that cuts down on the level of your stress hormones. So that is good for your body, like we've talked about. It's
kind of cool to think about, like the dogs are there, they get you out, active, exercising, and then the cats are like, where you need to chill out.
Right, yeah.
Pet the cat.
Makes sense. Yeah, your cats can't really like play fetch. You can play with your cat a little bit, I guess, with like the laser and stuff. So they're also animals, especially dogs, are social magnets. And so we know that social isolation has been linked to a shorter lifespan, and social connection is one of the big things found in people who live over 100 years old. They usually have a strong sense of social connection. So when you go out, right, and you take a dog for a walk, it's like, how many conversations does that start up?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And or even if you posted pictures of your cat on the internet or with your family or text them, it's a way to interact.
Yeah, and actually we are highly inclined to stop and talk with the dog even before the owner.
Right,
We're
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, Oh, and you reach down to connect with the dog before you
First, right?
Yeah.
So it's a way to connect. Pet owners have been shown to have an overall better mood and more meaning in their lives. People tend to be a bit happier, less lonely. They've even been shown in studies that people with pets visit the doctor less often. And again, having a pet gives people a sense of belonging and a sense of purpose, and that tends to improve overall health. It's been shown that babies that have been raised in families that have pets are less likely to get allergies and asthma, that some studies have shown. So babies that are exposed to dogs or cats in the home in the first year of life have less colds and less ear infections. And so the thought is that actually we used to kind of think germs are bad and germs from animals are bad, but being exposed to that pet, the dander from the pet and maybe other germs, how actually helps develop a baby's immune system and helps it be more robust.
Interesting.
Another last finding is that having pets may reduce chronic pain. So again, because petting an animal releases endorphins, which are your feel-good hormones, and they actually reduce your experience of pain. So people with chronic pain may benefit from having a pet that they can touch and pet. And then also they're using this in the hospital, that people may be after surgery or in pain, that just an interaction with a little furry creature can help reduce how much pain medication you might need.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I know, right?
Wow.
It's true.
Wow. All right, so can you expand a little bit on the reduction in heart disease risk?
Yeah, and that one's so in 2013, the American Heart Association came out with a scientific statement saying that dog ownership was associated with reduced risk of heart disease and greater longevity. Again, it's mostly with dogs, and it's been shown, the data has been shown that the people with dogs usually have better health, but other animals don't have quite the same effect.
Got it. Does it matter what kind of dog? Is there a bias there? Chihuahua versus lab?
The only thing is the Chihuahua you may not take the Chihuahua on as long of a walk, I guess, versus if you had like a Malamute or something.
Okay. Do researchers have an idea of how this happened?
Well, I mean, one theory is that obviously dog owners are more active, like you said. If you have a Chihuahua and it's just an indoor dog, maybe you wouldn't be as healthy. So a lot of it is just the fact that dog owners get out more. There was a study in Japan, over 5,000 dog owners, and they were 54% more likely to get the recommended amount of physical activity than non-dog owners. So dog owners tend to be more active. The other thing that they do say is that these studies might be a bit skewed because people that are willing to get dogs or keep dogs, they're usually healthier, and so it's hard to know exactly, which came first, the chicken or the egg in this scenario. But
yeah, but I can see how it would just kind of perpetuate a healthier lifestyle of exercise if you've got a dog.
Yeah, because right? I know there's this patient in particular who, elderly patient, she wasn't very mobile, but I saw her out there every day walking her dog, and if not once a day, then twice a day.
Yeah.
And so if you think about it, if she did not have that dog, she maybe would not make herself get out in the cold, maybe wouldn't go as long. And so it provides so many benefits. Not only are you exercising, but there's also been studies that just being out in nature is good for your mood and overall well-being. So then you get to look at the changing colors of the leaves or the sunset, so it's so many reasons why it'd be helpful to get outside.
Yeah, and we have a lot of dogs in our neighborhood and a lot of dog walkers, and you just mentioned when the weather's not as good, you still have to get outside and take that dog for a walk. So, yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back to talk more about pets in medicine. Hey, welcome back to Live It Up. We're talking with Amy, and today's topic is pets in medicine. So we're talking about where pets are showing up in medicine, and give us some examples.
Yeah. So, and people maybe have already seen this happening, but there are many nursing homes that have a dog or a cat in their facility, and sometimes the animal is just passively in the environment, like a cat, or maybe there's a dog that actually lives at the nursing home. I know when Regency Manor used to be up in Chelan, the occupational therapist had a dog, and he was there, I think, 5 days a week, and the dog just walked around with him and visited people.
And so the dog came to work.
The dog came to work with him, but it was an added benefit, and the residents really enjoyed having the dog. I liked having the dog when I would go make my rounds there. I mean, going to the nursing home to make rounds wasn't very uplifting. It's a sad place usually, or frequently, and so having the dog there was really nice.
Nice.
There's pet therapy, and then there's animal assisted therapy. So pet therapy is kind of like having a dog in the environment. And so over the years it has become more and more popular, like I mentioned, in nursing homes where the elderly residents can interact with the pets. And so it's a low stimulation form of therapy, and there's many benefits. It improves self-esteem if someone's able to do something for the pet. And there's an increase there. They stimulate their brains. They may stimulate their bodies with walking or exercising the animal, because these residents in nursing homes, they all at one point, were totally independent. They have lived these full lives.
Yeah.
They've done everything to take care of themselves, and now they're in a situation or in an environment where they do almost nothing to take care of themselves, and they can feel out of touch, depressed, have low self-esteem, and they don't really have a sense of purpose. And so having the responsibility or having a part of taking care of an animal, the responsibility of that can really help make them feel like they have a purpose and feel significant. It can help reduce depression and anxiety, because they often report being lonely when they're in the nursing home. So it can really be beneficial both physically and mentally.
Yeah, my mom was a nurse for a lot of years, and had worked in retirement centers and nursing homes as well as hospitals. But I remember her saying that one of the feelings that were frequently expressed by the residents were that they didn't really get a hug much anymore, because they felt isolated, and they couldn't get out. And so in that particular one, they had cats. There was a room where cats were living, and they could go in there and hang out with them and read books and have a cat on your lap.
Yeah.
And there were always people in there with the cats. So it allowed them that connection.
For sure. And then there's animal assisted therapy, which is a little bit more formalized and used in a hospital setting usually, where there's a dog handler and a dog, and they would come to your hospital room for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and you can pet the dog. And so you could imagine people start to smile, they feel more calm and less worried. They did, not in the hospital, but in a nursing home, they did a study where a 30-minute visit, just a 30-minute visit for 6 weeks straight, a 30-minute visit once a week for 6 weeks significantly reduced scores of loneliness. And so besides the loneliness, like I mentioned, in the hospital, so children who have dental procedures, people getting cancer treatment, people with dementia, veterans with PTSD, like we talked about. So animals are really healing and soothing, or they can be, when they're trained to be. They can be really calming, and it takes your mind off of what you're about to have happen to you, whether you're about to go into surgery, whether you just had surgery. So they provide that.
Cool. Are there any hospitals that are doing this actively?
Well, I haven't heard of it happening in Wenatchee. I know when I did just a little bit of online research for this topic, the Mayo Clinic has a program called Mayo Clinic Cares, Mayo Clinic's Caring Canines program, and they have 12 or so dogs, and then the patients can request to have the dog visit them, and they have the handler, and so that's really great for the patient, but then also the family members. Say you're in there, same thing, and your loved one just had something happen, and you're worried and stressed and sleep deprived. Having a little friendly golden retriever come in your room, just can completely change the energy.
Absolutely. Our daughter Naomi had a procedure at Children's Hospital a few years ago, and during her recovery, they brought in this big white, I don't know, sheepdog or something. But everybody in the room who was, kind of not sulking, but worried and concerned and just hanging out, just not doing a lot of nothing. That dog came in and everybody lit up, and Naomi was like, "Oh, so happy to see it." So yeah, it makes a huge difference in people's moods.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, because a lot of times there's not a lot else to focus on, because you're just in this room, and the sick person's right there, and you don't necessarily want to be like, "How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling?" And so it's a nice distraction. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Do therapy dogs need special training?
Yeah, so they have to be certified as a pet therapy dog. I don't think it's very not a huge in-depth training, but they need to be a dog that has the temperament and the training to provide the psychological and physiological therapy to the individuals rather than helping the handler, which other dogs do. So they are certified then to visit hospitals, schools, hospice centers, nursing homes, and they're encouraged to interact with everybody while they're on duty. And they just need to meet certain standards and be certified.
And is that different from a service dog then?
Yeah, because a service dog is more like a seeing eye dog or someone. So that when that dog is on duty, you're not supposed to pet it. It's very focused. It has a job, and its job is to help the handler, and that's a service dog, and they're working. Whereas a pet therapy dog, their job is to have other people benefit.
Got it.
Yeah.
We have a cat in our house.
Yes, we do.
Does that count as a healthy influence?
Well, I think the cat is definitely a healthy influence in our house because we think he's cute and he makes us laugh, and we project a lot of funny things on him, and we like to snuggle with him. So when you pet the cat and he's in your lap, then it will release all those relaxing chemical messages in your body, which is good to reduce stress. He's probably not as beneficial health-wise as having a dog. I mean, we used to have a dog, but we don't anymore. So, playing fetch and going on walks is really healthy.
Yeah. He definitely brings a lot of joy
to
cat,
yes.
Our family.
Yeah.
Hey, if someone wants to find out more about therapy animals, where can they go?
So you can go to petpartners.org, or there's a National Service Animal Registry at nsarco.com. You could just probably Google, how to get your pet certified if you're interested, and maybe you could do it someplace in Wenatchee. I haven't seen it be done, but it would be great. Yeah, and in general, it just goes to show you that getting out of the house, getting active, having something else going on in your life rather than just trouble or drama or your own stuff is always beneficial.
Yeah, very true. All right, that's all the time we have for today. It's time to get out there, be a source of kindness, be a source of contribution. You have something to offer this world, and we believe in you.